Today we're going to talk about how Democrats dig themselves out of the hole that they've created, and I have two interviews this week. I interviewed Congressman Jamie Raskin about how he legally outsmarted Elon Musk, and Senator Mark Kelly about how Elon Musk called him a traitor. I'm Brian Tyler Cohen, and you're watching No Lie. Let's get right into it. Bad week for the Democrats. We have a fundamental problem on the left with being prepared to actually fight. When we're in the majority, we're not willing to fully exercise our power. When we're in the minority, even in instances where we do have leverage, we're not willing to use it. The simple question becomes, why should people vote to give you power if you're not going to wield it once you have it? The problem with this past week's continuing resolution, the CR, is that we were led to believe that we would use it to extract concessions from the right if ever Democrats were going to come on board. After all, it required 60 votes in the Senate. Republicans only have 53. They would need our buy-in. And so, use it to neuter Doge's overreach. Use it to prevent federal firings. Use it to ice out Elon Musk. Use it to guarantee protections for Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security. Use it in some way to garner concessions. That didn't happen. The CR passed, and it included major cuts to federal programs, and Democrats have nothing to show for it, except, of course, other than the government being open. Look, there were arguments that were persuasive to me in terms of why it was important to keep the government open. First and foremost, the courts essentially stop functioning when the government shuts down. The courts are our best bulwark against Trump. The courts are why his attacks on birthright citizenship are not working. The courts are why the fired probationary employees in the federal government have to be reinstated. The courts are why Doge is being blocked from accessing certain personal information from Americans. I host 2 legal shows on YouTube where I speak about the courts every single day. We need the courts to keep functioning because they are our best weapon right now. If the government shuts down, they stop functioning. That's persuasive to me. But the problem is that case wasn't made beforehand. Beforehand, we were told that we were going to fight this, that we weren't going to cave, that the Republicans need us, and that we were going to use what little leverage we have to actually stand up and show some spine. And none of that happened. And for a Democratic base that is desperate to see folks stand up and fight back against an administration that is waging an unprecedented attack on this country, this felt like betrayal. Again, at least for me, it's not necessarily about forcing the government to shut down. That's not the principal issue here. The principal issue is that we are coming to the realization that Democrats are simply not willing to fight on the same playing field as Republicans. It's that the Democrats are forever going to be the party that will allow the parliamentarian to shut down our entire agenda, while the Republicans won't even let the U.S. Constitution shut down theirs. We are desperate for fighters, for brawlers, for killers. Look, I think that Mitch McConnell will live out eternity in the depths of hell for the ways in which he has fundamentally broken our democracy and hurt people in this country. But you won't find anybody on the left who won't acknowledge how effective he's been at winning, at getting what he wants. The thing is, we've already been through the part where we admonish Republicans for being hypocrites and liars. We've spent the last decade saying, how dare you? How dare you give a Supreme Court seat to Amy Coney Barrett but not Merrick Garland? How dare you say that you're going to protect earned benefits but then pass budgets seeking to cut those programs? We've already done the thing where we call out their hypocrisy and lies. It doesn't matter anymore. We are in a post-hypocrisy, post-truth world. It doesn't actually get us anywhere to just call this stuff out. They know. They don't care. So at this point, our option is that we can keep bitching and moaning about it and wallow in self-pity that this asymmetry continues to exist, or we can fight back. I'm tired of option 1. I am desperate for option 2. And I know I'm not the only one. I keep waiting for the moment where our elected officials recognize that. We're clearly not there yet. The amazing thing is that normally, our problem on the left is apathy, is that people aren't paying attention. We've got the opposite problem right now. People are agitating. They are taking to the streets and to town halls, and they want to fight back. And most importantly, they want the people who represent us in office, who can fight back, to use every single lever at their disposal to do it. And if this crop of elected officials won't, then people are going to elect new ones who will. And I'm not talking progressive versus moderate. I'm talking fighters versus non-fighters. Mark my words, as we head toward midterms, that is going to be the whole ballgame moving forward. Because frankly, the future of the Democratic Party depends on it. Next up are previews of my interviews with Jamie Raskin and Mark Kelly. But first, a quick note, this is my once-weekly video podcast, No Lie. Just like with my audio podcast, on just one video per week, this show, there are sponsors. So here's a quick word from some sponsors, and then Jamie Raskin and Mark Kelly. No Lie is brought to you by Veya. Life moves fast, and sometimes you just need a way to relax, recharge, or stay focused without overcomplicating things. That's where Veya comes in. If you haven't tried them yet, you're seriously missing out. Whether you need to unwind, refocus, or boost your mood, Veya is here to enhance your everyday and night. Trusted by over 500,000 happy customers, Veya is changing the game in natural wellness, blending powerful, high-quality hemp-derived ingredients to deliver real, effect-driven benefits. Whether you're looking to sleep better, have better libido, improve focus, recover, or simply relax, Veya has a tailored solution just for you. With products ranging from 0 to high cannabinoid levels, Veya lets you finally customize your experience to fit your needs. Whether you're looking to support your daily wellness routine, enhance focus and clarity, or unwind with deep relaxation, Veya has you covered. From their award-winning effect-focused gummies to calming drops, every Veya product is thoughtfully crafted, made with organic, lab-tested hemp sourced from trusted independent American-owned farms. And the best part? Leia legally ships across the USA. Discreet, direct to your door, no medical card required, and backed by a worry-free guarantee. Not sure where to start? Take Veya's Product Finder quiz to get personalized recommendations tailored to your needs. It can take less than 60 seconds to complete. So if you're 21 and older, treat yourself to 15% off and get a free gift with your first order using your exclusive code BTC at veyahemp.com. Plus, enjoy free shipping on orders over $100. That's VIIAHEMP.com. Again, if you're 21 and older, check out the link to Veya in our description and use the code BTC to receive 15% off, free shipping on orders over $100, and if you're new to Veya, get a free gift of your choice. After they purchase, they ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Enhance your everyday with Veya. No Lie is brought to you by Acorns. The reality is that in this economy, it is easy to feel overwhelmed by our finances, which is all the more reason to take control of your money. And look, I get how overwhelming it can feel getting started. I'm terrible at understanding how to invest, which is why I'm grateful for Acorns. Acorns is a financial wellness app that helps you take control of your money with simple tools that make it easy to start saving and investing for your future. You don't need to be an expert. Acorns will recommend a diversified portfolio that matches you and your money goals. And you don't need a ton of time. You can create your Acorns account and start investing in just 5 minutes. When everything feels so complicated, having a really easy user experience makes a huge difference. Ready to take control of your money? Sign up now and join the over 14 million all-time customers who have already saved and invested over $25 billion with Acorns. Head to acorns.com/BTC or download the Acorns app to get started. Paid non-client endorsement. Compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns. Tier 2 compensation provided. Investing involves risk. Acorns LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/BTC. So we have seen numerous efforts by Elon Musk to try and kind of circumvent the law and tell the courts and tell the government two different things. That effort has kind of backfired at this point. Can you explain the move that you just made?
Well, they were trying to squeeze out of any kind of responsibility or accountability by saying that they just reported directly to the president, and they weren't actually a federal agency. Um, but they were a federal entity. The courts ruled that they were indeed a federal agency because they read their own statements and professions that they had all kinds of power over the budget to be targeting different entities and so on. So in any event, we've got district court rulings now that they are a federal agency. Well, one of the implications of being a federal agency is you're subject to FOIA. And all federal agencies and departments have got to give us, the American people, we own the government, the data about us. Now, most departments and agencies have been vigilant about protecting the security and the privacy of people's information, but everybody's freaking out about Elon Musk and Doge having control over their data because he, of course, is trying to um, train his whole artificial intelligence system, Grok. He's trying to create, or he's trying to turn X into a financial payment system. I mean, like everybody else in the Trump administration, the cabinet, he is trying to be both a government leader, an official, an employee, and also run private corporations that get money from the government. And so, there's a bundle of conflicts. But in any event, um, the courts have said that this is a federal agency, and given that it's a federal agency, um, we have the right to know what data they've got on us, and we have a right to know whether they've shared that with any third party, whether a private corporation or another public entity, and we got the right to get them to correct any inaccuracies that may have been added to our data.
And so do you have confidence that the information that we do get back from Doge, if we get information back from Doge, I know that you mentioned that there's no apparatus to do that right now, but presumably if they want to remain in compliance with the law, they'll have to figure that out, that the information we do get back from Doge is going to be accurate. If they say, for example, that they don't have private sensitive data from Americans, if they don't have Social Security information or tax information, whatever it may be, that if they say that that's trustworthy.
Well, it's a very serious thing for them to misrepresent the status of the data that we've got. But look, I'm going into it with good faith and with the hope that they are going to comply with the law promptly, as they must under FOIA. It's generally a 30-day period that they got, depending on what it is you're looking for. They've got to get back to us. And that is a for real obligation on their part. And there are opportunities for people to bring a legal action to compel production of the information if they don't produce it. And there are attorney's fees and other kinds of financial penalties that go along with the government not complying with this critical law for government accountability.
You had reiterated your support online for Ukraine, which, to remind everybody, is a functioning democracy in their battle against Russia, which is not a democracy. And Elon Musk had come out and called you a traitor for expressing your support for that democracy. Can I have your reaction to that?
Well, he's not a serious guy. I've sort of known him a little bit over a decade. I used to, do some stuff with SpaceX and crew safety, and I used to take him seriously, especially in his role at SpaceX.
Yeah.
His cool role as the CEO and the chief engineer. And I don't know what happened to him, that he suddenly decides it's a good idea to spend $250 million to make sure Donald Trump's the next president. For what, to what end, right? You always got to be suspicious of a billionaire who's trying to get people elected to office and then shows up in the administration as some special, I don't know what that means, special government employee, and then brings a wrecking ball immediately to the federal government, ruining people's lives, including the lives of veterans. So I go to Ukraine, part of my job. We are our own branch of government, right? I don't work for the president of the United States, and I certainly do not work for Elon Musk. I work for the people of Arizona, and I'm on the Armed Services Committee. I'm on the Intelligence Committee. My job is to get out there in these spots where we've got to make some tough decisions in Congress. The president, he has his decisions to make. I've got my decisions to make. So in that role, I'm there. I'm speaking to the head of intelligence of the Ukrainian military, the people in the Defense Department, government leaders, visiting with veterans in a military hospital, meeting with F-16 pilots, one that I met in Arizona, trying to figure out how things are going for them and what do they need from the U.S. government. And then I come back and I write about my trip. And then this guy called me a traitor.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Brian, when I was flying combat missions over Iraq in 1991, I didn't think there was like some snotty-nosed teenager in South Africa that one day was going to call me a traitor. So I was kind of shocked. But in the regard to like the world on Twitter, it's his platform. He can call me whatever he wants. I don't take him very seriously with the names he's going to throw at me. What I really care about is the stuff he's doing.
Yeah.
He and Donald Trump are doing significant damage to our country.
Now, to watch the full interviews with Jamie Raskin and Mark Kelly, click the thumbnails right here on the screen or check out the interviews playlist on my YouTube channel. You can also click the link on the screen to listen to the audio version of this episode, and of course, to see more of my content, the subscribe button's on the screen as well.